الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. The blessed month of Ramadan is upon us. Ramadan Kareem to all of you. May Allah make this the most blessed month for all of us, for our whole family, and in particular for the children. I want to devote this khutbah to our young people, to the children, and especially I would like to request and address this khutbah towards the parents and grandparents. And I want to do it in a way, humbly suggest that when I finish in the next 15-20 minutes, the dialogue about this should continue on. And inshallah we'll do it in such a way, inshallah, that when you go home, you should continue the dialogue with your wife, with your husband, with the children, with parents, grandparents, everybody. And make this one of the best months for your children, a memorable month. You know, we plan for everything. This is how our life is. And we celebrate the new year with the new year resolutions and everything else. Let's do that same, even with more emphasis on this blessed month of Ramadan. So, why are we going to do it? Is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very clear. He said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا يا الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. You who believe, I have prescribed fasting unto you just as it was prescribed on the people before you, so that you can have taqwa. Taqwa is not something that comes by itself just by reading Quran or just by praying. That's not how it is. It's a verb. You have to implement it. There's a beautiful dua in the Quran. رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ. Beautiful, beautiful dua. Oh Allah, give me my spouse and my children who will be the comfort to my eyes. When I look at my wife, when I look at my husband, when I look at my children, it will be nothing but pleasure. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a caveat in it. And it is in the last part of this dua, وَجَعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. Make me the Imam of Al-Muttaqeen. Imam comes with responsibility. It does not just that you make dua and it will happen. No, you have to show it with your actions. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in a beautiful hadith that everyone is a shepherd. A leader is the shepherd of the people that they lead. They have responsibility. A father is the shepherd of the household, taking care of the whole house and everything else. And mother is the shepherd of the children that she raises. Everyone has responsibility. So my beloved brothers and sisters, I'd love to have your thinking cap on, and let's talk about some of the parenting concept with the words that start with letter C. The words that starts with letter C. And I would like you to continue this exercise when you go home. But before I do that, let me put a picture in front of you. We live in a society which is not the society of back in the 50s or the 60s, where the issue of growing up was in the school was either the noise, children talking, or chewing gum. Can you imagine? That used to be an issue. These days, the issues are far greater than that. Far, far greater than that. The drugs, the alcohol, the mixing of the children, or the sex, you name it. And the worst menace that we have today, which is an issue that I deal with on a daily basis, is pornography. This is where we are. Not only that, we live in a society full of Islamophobia. And sometimes we, as parents, as grandparents, as elders, fail to discuss the real issues of the world with our children. After 9/11, I used to work at that time with an organization called CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, in their headquarters in Washington, D.C. And we had a case. The case was this teacher, grade 3 teacher, asked the children to write a letter to our service people, servicemen and women who are fighting in Afghanistan. And there was one boy, a Muslim boy, 7-year-old, and she singled him out and asked, "Are you comfortable in writing a letter like that?" And the child didn't know what to say. And he said, "Yeah." But she didn't stop there. She came back in front of the rest of the class and asked, "Are you with America or are you with Taliban?" Once again, the child didn't know how to answer. And he responded, "I don't know, possibly both." And guess what? The family in a small, mid-America, small town was labeled as terrorists, as supporters of Taliban. When we interviewed the parents, you know what they said? They said, "We are so busy making our life, making ends meet, we don't have time to talk to the children. We never discuss these things at home." And the question is, why? So my beloved brothers and sisters, I would humbly suggest to you the first C. The first C that I humbly suggest to you is communication. Communicate with your children with the real issues that are being discussed not only on the internet, not only on the television, but in the school hallways, in the playground, and everywhere else. If we are not going to prepare our children, who will? My beloved brothers and sisters, in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Surah Yusuf. In the beginning of Surah Yusuf, a beautiful example of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam discussing his dream that he had with his father Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. How many of us listen to our children so that they share what is they are dreaming about, what the issues are? How many? And if we are not, we are failing as parents. If we are not, how can our children survive in the society that we live in? So communication. And communication does not come without the second C that I would like to submit to you is commitment. Commitment is something we are committed to do par excellence in our jobs, in the work that we do, in other stuff. But what about our family? Ask yourself, do you spend quality time with your family members and with your children? I was reading, as I was preparing for this khutbah, I was reading an article about the American. The American parents spend an average of 3 minutes per day with their children. 3 minutes per day with their children. There's no statistics about the Muslims. Maybe we do a little bit more. But communication and commitment is something where a child would come forth and open up their heart to you and you open up your heart to them. That's what commitment is. Not when you're driving them for a soccer game or for whatever else your child is doing. That's not what commitment is. That is part of it, but that's not communication that I am talking about. I'm talking about when you connect with your child. So, having said that, when you are preparing for Ramadan, the blessed month of Ramadan, prepare about it together as a family. Come together as one unit, as a family. So the next C that I would like to humbly suggest to you is consultation, shura. Ask your children what would they want, what would they suggest that we do different during the blessed month of Ramadan this year. Don't impose upon them. Ask them. Take their advice, consultation. And you will be surprised, my beloved brothers and sisters, how innovative and how beautifully your children will articulate what they would want. And if they want, they will be committed to it. And there is no age limit for it. We know from our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from his that he used to consult with his companion a lot. There's a lot more that I would like to share with you, but with the limitation of time, I'm just going to quickly go through some of them. Be creative, critical thinking, contentment are some of the other ones that I would like to share with you. I see as I was entering on the chair a box sitting asking for masjid donation. So the next C that I would like to suggest to you is charity. When you walk out of here, and I see, mashallah, young children here, when you walk out of here, reach into your pocket and give to the masjid. That the children will remember that my dad and my mom used to contribute every time, even if it is very little. Doesn't matter how much. It's the vision that they will have, it's the experience that they will have. That's what they will remember. Inshallah, when I come back, I'd like to share with you some of the other aspects of parenting that we do. We do actually, this is part of a course that we do at Rahma Institute on parenting. It's very important, it's very significant, because raising children here, no question about it, is a challenge. Let's all pray for ourselves, and let's pray for our families, and let's pray for this gathering, this beautiful gathering that we have here. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness for yourself, for everybody. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for mercy and kindness towards those who are in need of our du'as, inshallah, especially in Syria, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in so many places, Yemen, Myanmar, so many places. May Allah bless all of you. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Karim amma ba'd. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. My beloved brothers and sisters, Ramadan brings hunger. It's a reminder of us to think about those who are not as fortunate as we are. It reminds us of protecting ourselves from some of the things that we should not be doing. It is a month of training, not only for ourselves, but also for our children. So show compassion, and that's the seed that I would really want to talk about. So show compassion to not only to the family members, especially between husband and wife, by the way. Husband and wife, there's got to be a lot of compassion. Children watches that. They look at it. So remember what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, show love and mercy. Mawadda and rahmah. That's how you're going to get sukoon in your home. So that's the compassion. I want to share with you some of the negative seeds also that we sometimes as parents we do. And for example, we live in a society where some of the parents, they like to compete and ask their children to compete with other children. Competition is good, by the way. Competition is good. But it could also be very negative. If you say, such and such child, look at their child, they are in the medical school, or they are in this school and that school, but your child is not really into it. Let your child excel into the area where they are going to be. Control is another one. Corruption. Criticism. Consumerism. We are in a society where we are so busy with it the size of the house, the size of the car, the size of the television, the size of this, the size of that. Just remember one ayah from the Quran, two ayahs actually. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Al-Hakum Takasur Hatta Zurtum al-Maqabir. We are running and running and running and running for the worldly things till we reach our graveside. And then what are we going to take with us? Show your children the positive aspect of Islam. And you can only do it if you be there as their imam. Through action, your own action. Let's all pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma ahdina fi man hadayt, wa afina fi man afayt, wa tawallana fi man tawallayt, wa barik lana fi ma atayt, wa qina sharra ma qadayt, fa innaka taqdi wa la yuqda alayk, innahu la yuzillu man walayt, wa la yu'izzu man adayt, tabarakta rabbana wa ta'alayt, wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem, Allahumma ighfir lana wa lil mu'minina wal mu'minat, wal muslimina wal muslimat, wa allif bayna qulubihim, wa aslih zata baynihim, wa ansur ala aduwwika wa aduwwihim, Allahumma salli al-islam wa المسلمين اللهم انصر الاسلام والمسلمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملت على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين وأقم الصلاة